calling in from Seattle. I think that's where he's at right now. I know that's where he's from. I got my guy Kateel here with me. What's up, bro?
Hey, man, I'm good. Yeah, I'm out here in Seattle right now, just enjoying a nice day, a rare nice day in Seattle.
Yeah, a rare night. So when everybody tells me about Seattle, I feel like they always kind of say it's kind of like London where it's always gray outside. Is that true? I've never been.
Yeah, I mean, luckily it's not always gray, but a lot of the times it's gray. But no, we have beautiful summers, and even into the fall, it'd be sunny on some days. I personally like the rain. I don't really like gray days, but when it's raining, I can get through it because I like the rain. It soothes me.
That's dope that you still kind of take like I guess what other people perceive as like negative about Seattle, and you're just kind of like, you know what, but I kind of fuck with it, and that's my thing now.
Yeah, for sure. No, I love rain. I love rain, regardless of where I'm at. Not just in Seattle. I love rain.
It's
So,
just like your overall vibe.
yeah, 100%.
Yo, so congrats on this new EP, man. Mind Over Matters out now. Super dope. I wanted to talk to you a little bit because obviously, you know, you and I were talking a little bit before this interview about like the different records that I personally enjoy. But I know that you have like a really kind of like dope concept behind this project. So I want you to kind of like break down, you know, the theme of this project and what you were aiming to do with it.
Yeah. So with Mind Over Matters, like there's different layers and different concepts like I'd tackle with that answer, but it's about mentality. It's about like using your mind to get through whatever situations you got to get through, which is just a universal thing. Like everybody, you know, is having thoughts about how they can change their situation and trying to get through because thoughts turn into things, and that's how we maneuver through life. So with Mind Over Matters, I wanted to talk about that and talk about manifestation and not just talk about what's always happening in life, but like what I want to make happen and where I'm trying to take things. Cause some of the bars on the shit is like, I mean, I would say most of the bars is honest. And if anything is not, it's because it's something I'm trying to manifest. And I believe that if I put that into the music, I'm just getting closer. Like I got a song, Multi-Millionaire. And right now I'm not a multi-millionaire, but I am because I'm proclaiming that. So I am, you feel me? Like it just hasn't come up yet, but I am.
And I was telling you, yo, how much I love the intro mindset, mostly because like before the record even really like kind of starts, you basically set the tone for the project, and you talk about how like you don't want people to think this is some, you know, basic hip hop shit, and you also want them to kind of like realize that the difference between what this project is versus like what's hot right now. And I love that because it was the first thing that caught my eye, and I feel like if it not caught my eye, it caught my ears, but if like, you know, I hear that, I feel like that a lot of other people who listen to the project will also kind of, you know, get that off the rip because it was just something that kind of, I don't know, just instantly grabbed my attention. And I was like, okay, cool. Now I'm like, I feel like I'm focused into this project now because now I want to see what this dude's talking about.
100%. Yeah, no, and that's what I was trying to do with that intro. I wanted to, I don't know, it was something in the moment, like spontaneous when I was working with my bro Eden on the final transitions and stuff. We added the intro. That was the last thing we added. And you know, I just wanted to prep people for it because I felt like all of the songs, you know, they have depth to them. And I wanted people to be ready for that. Like going into it, I wanted them to realize like this is something different. And if you're going to listen to my music, like you're going to know that this is who I am. I'm not trying to be somebody else. You feel me?
You're just trying to be you.
Exactly.
So like, how would you describe your music then? Because like, obviously, you know, it could fit into like a certain genre, or it could fit into hip hop, but I feel like the way that kind of you set the album up, or you laid the album up, it's like, you know, you yourself aren't really defining yourself by one type of, I don't know, I guess genre, would you say?
Right. I'll call myself more than anything an artist. A lot of people is still catching up to this, but I draw. I'm a visual artist. I've been using Photoshop since 6th grade and Adobe Illustrator. I'm like proficient at a lot of those things. I edit my own videos and direct my own videos. And I would say I'm an artist because a lot of the things that I do it creatively. So, or I guess I could say I'm more so a creative. But yeah, and I like to hoop. I like to do a lot of things. So I put that into the music. And just like I like to do a lot of things and multitask, I'm not trying to I'm always trying to make different kinds of music. I'm always trying to be versatile and like never let somebody else tell me, yo, you gotta simplify it, bro. You gotta just do this. I've had people tell me that my whole life, and I'm just like, yo, I understand that's your take on life, but for me, I'm trying to just do and make whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? And express those feelings that I have in whatever medium it is.
And that's kind of a cool segue, because I know that, you mentioned that, you've been using Photoshop since you were 11, and you created your own logo, I've been told. You do like hand-drawn artwork, and like, you're an artist overall on top of outside of the music, So talk to me a little bit about that, man, because I know how like that's speaking a lot to like your versatility. Did you design the album artwork too?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, I figured, but I had to ask just in case, because you never know.
Yeah, I drew it. I hand drew it, and then I took it into Photoshop to touch it up a little bit. And my other 2 cover arts for my singles, or my 3 cover arts for my singles, I edited those as well. Hit me up, y'all, if you ever need cover art, need some art. You feel me? I'll take commissions.
So, is this like, okay, now this is gonna be another question. Since you work on your art, you obviously make the music. Do you also produce a lot of your own stuff, or is that kind of like?
So I produce a lot of stuff that's under the wraps, like that hasn't really come out yet, because I'm working on that. And I would say that, from the beginning, I knew I wanted to make music, and I started producing for a year. But what came easier to me was being like the front man and being like the singer and rapper. And I felt like people was taking to that more than my production. Mm-hmm. So I shifted my focus into posting songs. And so I was like, you know what? I don't got to make all of the beats. Let me just find some beats on YouTube. Let me just find some producers to work with and hone my craft as an artist. And that's, I think that's really what, I don't know, I just took to for a while. But now I still be producing all the time. And there's songs that I have out that I produce. But I like to work with really high-level producers so that I could do what I could do at a high level and make sure the song comes out at a high level.
Now, let's continue to talk about the versatility, because I know you also direct and write treatments for like your own music videos as well.
100%. Yep. Yeah, so I didn't start doing that actually until 2019. I've been editing videos for fun and but I had never thought I would edit my own music video until my first music video. And then we shot it, and shout out to my bro Dom. We're both getting better in our skills when it comes to the video side of things. And he, like, his vision and literally his vision, like the way his eyes work behind the camera, like he's just nice with it. Can't really elaborate on that too much. I just be telling him all the time, like, I don't know what it is, bro, but you know what you're doing behind the camera.
Right.
And he shot the whole thing, and it's so easy to work with him. Like, we're bros aside from, the film work we do and stuff. But yeah, he shot every single one of my videos. And on the first video, it was a chemistry that we had. And even when we sat down to edit, like, I like to be hands-on with everything that represents. And he, he was super cool with it and just like, yeah, bro, like, take the wheel and whatever you want to do, and vice versa. Whenever I feel like, I want to put something in somebody's hands that I know could, make that shit better, I'm just always looking for the best product. And I learned how to edit videos off of like YouTube videos and stuff. And just started learning how to use Premiere, and just been getting better. I think every video, I show a different skill that I picked up from like these YouTube tutorials and stuff, really.
It's kind of cool, because I was sliding, like, I was combing through your YouTube page earlier, and obviously I saw the video for Magic, which is crazy. It's at almost 500,000 views. Congratulations, super dope on that. And I also saw the Art of Quarantine short film that you had on there too, which I thought was also cool, because it's just like you have so many different things on your, your digital resume on YouTube. So it's kind of cool that you have all these different things. Talk to me a little bit about the Art of Quarantine film. Like, what was your vision and everything that went into that?
Yeah, and thank you for asking, because I've been wanting to talk about that more. It's pretty under the radar right now. Like, a lot of my stuff, I feel like people are still catching up to. But that film, a 20-minute film, it was something that just kind of came about in the midst of everything that we've been going through with the outbreak of COVID-19 and pandemic, and the social justice climate right now, and everything we're going through in our country. I wanted to sort of, and it's funny too, because I made it 4 or 5 months ago now, and it's like everything is still so relevant. And it's like, I just feel like it's so many people going through like a lot of really tumultuous things and experiences right now. And I just wanted to speak on that because, you know, I know I was going through a hard time. I was having anxiety. I'm like looking at the changes in the world, just being like, I do not like where this is headed. Feeling like I express myself and shit. And a lot of that in there is like me being raw and vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a lot of positivity in it. And it's like, I try to make the music be medicine so that whenever people listen to that project or watch the film, you know, it does something helpful for them. So, you know, that's really what that is. I could go on forever about it, but I think the best thing is, you know, if anybody's watching this, just go check it out and see how it makes you feel. Like, I hope it helps you.
I think it's kind of cool because I feel like, you know, all the stuff that, you know, whether it's Mind Over Matters or the short film, I feel like all your stuff kind of has this, I guess, undertone of like, you know, mental health and like kind of, you know, dealing with it. And you even mentioned you had anxiety during quarantine, and as someone who also has anxiety, I can relate to, you know, the things you're talking about at the same time, because even, you know, even if you have anxiety or you know, you might not have regular anxiety during the time of when everything was normal. Now during this time of COVID and quarantine, it's just like you have so much more time to be with yourself now that, like, you know, you could get inside your own head and then things can manifest off that.
Absolutely. And it's funny too, you using that word manifest. Like, I'd encourage people to also, you know that manifestation is real, but it's also, for me, I've recognized it to be a placebo. It just helps me get things done. And then I actually turn those actions into something that turns into something. Because when it comes to negative things, we never want negative things to happen. So I think sometimes people stress about the things that they're thinking about and thinking like, well, if I think about this too hard, it's going to happen, especially to people who do believe in manifestation. But at the same time, it's like, what are you doing to make things happen? Like, and so for me, I try to make sure all of my actions are going towards what I do want, because again, thoughts turn into things, but they only do
If you let them.
if you let them and if you turn them into actions. So yeah.
Right. I think that's something. I think that's something that I've been told, especially during this COVID crisis, is that like your thoughts are like clouds, like they just come and go, and whatever you want to stick, and whatever, you know, going back to what you're talking about, manifestation, whatever you want to manifest, you will take those proper actions to get to that point of that thing actually manifesting in the real world, because that in the end is your end goal and what you actually want, versus, you know, whatever your anxiety is telling you, or whatever your anxiety is making you be afraid of, or whatever of that nature.
Gotta have that winner's mentality. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get fears and worries and have a loser's mentality, and then those things happen because that's what they're putting their energy towards. But it's like, in the face of adversity, you know, you gotta have the winner's mentality. Like, nah, I'm gonna win this regardless, no matter what it looks like.
Right. So speaking of winning, man, with this video for Magic at 500, almost at 500K, the project doing so well, you know, what's next for you? Like, what you got anything else planned for the rest of the year? Or, you know, you kind of taking a seat until 2021? Like, what you got going on next?
Well, you know, for so long, I've been trying to keep things under the wrap. But I feel like now is a time where, you know, I want to become, honestly, more known, because I feel like I have things to offer. So for going forward, I just want people to get to know me a little bit more. I want to be able to show my face in different places and be able to contribute to what's going on. And when I say contribute to what's going on, I'm not talking about the mainstream atmosphere or nothing. I'm talking about the world. Like, I'm talking about what people's going through, what people's organizing, what people are doing to actually make changes. Like, I think a lot of artists need to consider that now is the time where our country is going through a lot. Regardless of what you feel like you're able to do or not able to do, you being a body out somewhere and listening and experiencing things, and then having that change you as a person, is the best thing that everybody can do right now. Like, strip away all of these numbers, strip away all of these verifications and achievements and accolades. We're all people living in the present that have no attachment, none of those things. Like, all of those things could be gone tomorrow. So it's like, what are we doing now to like actually make an impact or change ourselves? So I would just say that, you know, going forward, that's what I'm trying to do, and hold my own self accountable before I try to lead other people to do that. So that's what I got to say.
Yo, that was perfect, man. Yo, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to chop it up with me, and kind of going off the heels of your last response. something I've been asking everybody to do, every artist I talk to during this quarantine, is kind of send, like, people watching this at home, whether they're artists or they're just your everyday person who might be struggling during, these times of COVID. I guess, what positive words or positive message or words of encouragement would you have for the people who are watching this at home? Like I said, whether they be, just your everyday person watching this video, or a fan of yours, or an artist, rapper, singer, whatever.
Well, as an everyday person watching this video or being a part of this video, um, you know, that's what I feel like I am, and I know how important it is to utilize self-love and to love yourself. So what I'll say to everybody else is, make sure to love yourself, because you're a beautiful person, you are special, and there's something about you that you may not have even discovered that the world wants to see. And, you just got to keep tapping into those frequencies. It's a lot going on, but the more that you tap into those frequencies of positive vibes and what you do have to offer, the more people are going to see it, and the stronger that'll become. So, and the stronger you'll have an ability to access those parts of yourself. Some deep stuff, but I just want, I want people to know that everybody got something to offer, and, yeah.
Boom, man. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yo, thank you again for chopping it up with me today, taking the time out of your day. Let the people know where they can follow you at, stream your music, all that beautiful stuff. Now's the time to plug it in.
Yeah, so y'all can follow me at Kateel on Instagram, Kateel. I got a YouTube channel, I got Twitter, I got TikTok. Y'all can go follow me anywhere on those platforms, and tap into my music on all platforms. I got an EP out right now called Mind Over Matters. Singles, I Don't Give a Fuck. Different Problems, and I Ain't Forgot. So yeah, just go tune in, you know what I'm saying, and keep up with what Kateel got going on. We got some good stuff going on.
Hey, man, thank you again. It's Kateel on the radar.
Love.
Boom.